Okay. Okay, so my chapter was chapter 3, and I did standardized assessments. And so basically, these are the vocabulary words that I picked out. Percentile describes how students perform on tests compared to other students. And then the percentile is based on the average. And percentage determines the number of answers students got right on a test compared to the total of number of questions on the test. Sanine based on test scores ranging from a low of 1 to a high of 9. And then raw score, the number of questions on a test that students answer correctly. Standard score, multiple scores that represents the student's individual fluctuation with the average score from students of the same grade level or like the same age. A formal standardized assessment compares the student's scores with their peers' score. Again, like the similar age or grade level. And then informal standardized assessment is performance-based tests that are used to describe performance in informed instruction. And so the first thing that we're going to talk about is just basic standardized testing. And standardized tests are given for determining whether students meet certain classifications and determining whether or not students are eligible to receive special education. Standardized tests are also to identify which students are making strides from grade level to grade level and which students are falling behind. The goal for assessing students is to collect evidence about their level of understanding in the specific subject area that you're teaching them. Standardized tests are made and published by people that are experts in the particular field. This test follows very specific procedures and is meant to be given in a specific way. All students taking a standardized test must take it at the exact same time in the exact same way. Test directions, test administration, and how a test is scored should be done under similar conditions. Standardized test scores are given as numbers of statistics, and the scores are compared with the student's academic performance with their age and their grade level. And then we're going to talk about reliability and validity, kind of like what Jean had us talking about earlier in the class. And there are 3 different criteria for judging the integrity of a formal test, and one is standardization. Which group was the test standardized? Reliability is the test results are consistent, and validity is does the test measure what it's supposed to measure. And so I found from one of my sources a chart that someone had used to like measure reliability and validity, and so yeah, that's what that chart is showing. Oh, sorry, do you want me to slow down? Okay. Sorry. Okay, can I go now? Thank you. Okay, so there are multiple types of formal assessments, and one of them is known as a norm reference test, and these tests have standardized directions that must be followed to ensure validity and reliability. And these tests compare one student's score with other students' scores in their class. And although many tests that students take are non-reference tests, there are also other tests known as criterion reference tests, and these tests describe students' performance. Is everyone good? Are you guys good? Okay, so there are many pros and cons to using technology and assessments, and I went to the AEA website, and they talked a lot about pros and cons when using standardized assessments and technology. And it says taking assessments online allows tests to be administered faster. Scores are able to come back to you faster, so you can see them right away. And the graphics and videos are able to be provided. However, assessing online is not always good, I guess. Students aren't able to use the common test taking strategies. And I noticed this when I went to the elementary and we did like math testing. One of the students that I had, she liked to cross out the answers that she didn't think were correct, and she didn't like taking it online because she wasn't able to like actually cross them out and be able to see herself crossing them out, and so she just kept forgetting which ones she wanted to eliminate. So, good there. Okay. Accommodations are the strategies in the learning environment that are made for students with a disability. Accommodations are the changes in how the students take a test without changing the test itself. And the goal of accommodations is to equivocate the ability to learn from students with and without learning disabilities. And making sure we match the accommodation to student needs is important. The IEP team, including the parents and the students, will determine whether accommodations are needed or not. Students should be included in this process because we need to make sure that they are wanting to like use the accommodations that is being given. Once the accommodations are made, a statement must be written in the student's IEP. These accommodations must be tracked and recorded to determine whether accommodations need to be continued or to be adjusted at any time. Okay, and then those are the two sources. And now, because I don't know what a Kahoot was when I made my thing, I made little worksheets so you can like match the vocab to the definition.
I didn't know what a Kahoot was.
Well, I didn't.
We didn't use them at my new job. It's okay. We did.
I didn't make them.
We're not making fun of anything. Oh man, you've got things on there.
Sorry. Okay, so once you like match them, I have the answer key. So, yeah. Okay, so when you are done, there's the answer key so you can check your answer. that.